is small. It kind of looks like a little doodle bug.
It's not what I've been calling it.
What have you been calling it?
The angry chihuahua.
Angry chihuahua.
Because it is a very angry chihuahua. Just...
Okay, you're going to make these people... Don't stress out the little old ladies with our Corolla.
Did you ever think you'd be saying that? Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there's Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we're in a compact car. We are in a 2025 Toyota GR Corolla. And in this video, I'm going to try and convince her that this needs to be my next car. This is not the first time we've had a GR Corolla, and we're having a similar issue this time that we had last time, but we will get into all of that. Let's start off first and find out your thoughts on the style, both outside and then we'll move inside.
Well, it looks like a sports car.
Oh, yeah?
It's not what, well, I mean, probably gearheads. Probably.
You called it a race car earlier this week.
Yeah, it looks like a race car.
Yeah.
And there are some pieces that make me say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what I think of when you say, we're driving a Toyota Corolla this week.
Absolutely not.
But it is small. It kind of looks like a little doodle bug.
It's not what I've been calling it.
What have you been calling it?
The angry chihuahua.
Angry chihuahua.
Because it is a very angry chihuahua. Just...
Okay, you're going to make these people...
An angry chihuahua.
Okay, you're going to stress out this little old lady, though.
Okay.
Don't stress out the little old ladies with our Corolla.
Did you ever think you'd be saying that? So, aggressive styling, right? We've got the big grille up front to give a lot of air to the engine. Anything interesting in the back?
Well, there's 3 tailpipes.
One for every cylinder under the hood.
Is that a joke?
I mean, it is a 3-cylinder.
Oh, it is a 3-cylinder?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you're like...
Typically, you don't have 3-cylinder vehicles or 3 exhaust ports, and this is atypical in both.
Why do you have 3?
Better, so it can breathe better. Like, when you're running, you want to be able to breathe in, big grill up front, and breathe out. 3 exhaust tips, a whole lot easier. Makes it go faster. So, cars, just like us, need to breathe.
Okay, but we don't need to be racing.
We do, in a car.
Tucker's onto something.
Not if he ever wants to get his driver's license, he won't be racing.
Oh, I'll always race.
Oh, okay. No driver's license for you, mister.
All right, so exterior looks. I do have to ask you about the roof. Our premium model gets a carbon fiber roof with this heavy metal gray paint. That is the name of it. What are your thoughts on the roof especially, but the whole exterior package of this one?
Well, I do like the heavy metal gray color.
Hides dirt
nice.
really
it's
well.
A little bit different. Hides dirt. That's always a great thing. Yeah, so, I mean, I like it. The overall look, like I said, it looks like a race car, kind of.
And the carbon fiber roof helps that.
And the carbon fiber roof, let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
It looks dirty.
Okay.
It looks a little dirty. Don't you think?
You're not the first person to tell me that. I mean, I can see it, but I also know what it is, so...
And here's the thing. When we're talking about the size of the car, it's amazing that I can even see the roof. This is how short the car is, because I'm 5 foot nothing, and I can see the top of the roof. But I'll say this. I didn't notice it until you asked me what I thought of the roof, and then I was like, oh, it looks dirty.
Yeah.
So you don't really notice it if you're, like, standing far away from the car. It's just got kind of up close.
Okay.
It does kind of look dirty.
So you mentioned being able to see the top of the roof, and the overall size of this vehicle lends nicely to what are your thoughts inside this Corolla hatch?
It's small.
It is small.
It is small.
So I mentioned earlier, this is not the first time we've been in a GR Corolla. The last time we took Tucker and a friend to Dallas, 1 night stay, 4 people.
We were cramped.
There was so much luggage. There was luggage in between the two kids in the back seat. There was luggage all over the back.
Mm-hmm.
We're going for a weekend trip now, and just the three of us were cramped. It's tight in here.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest culprit of that is the rear cargo area, which we'll talk about after we talk about what, Tucker?
Putting in my child safety seat.
Which you're lucky enough not to even be riding in right now, right? Before we bring in Tucker's Graco Extend-to-Fit child safety seat, I'm going to show you what it's like for me as an adult to sit in the back seat of the GR Corolla, because it's tight, but it's not that bad. You can see I can slide in behind where I would normally ride here in the passenger seat just fine, though I don't have much room to spare. We do have map pockets on the backs of both front seats, cup holders in the doors, a little bit of storage here in the cubby here, no lower storage. Nothing really to speak of as far as luxuries back here, but we do get a fold-down armrest with 2 cup holders. I will mention we have the seatbelt buckled right here because we did have a lot of stuff. We do have weight sensors all across the back with seatbelt monitors. So if you have some weight back here in the back seat, you are going to have to fool it and buckle the center seatbelt just to get that to stop from chiming when there's nobody back here, but just some additional stuff sitting in the seat. No additional storage, no center console as we talked about earlier, but we do have some additional power for rear seat passengers, so that is a very nice touch. Now I'm going to go ahead and slide out and get Tucker's Graco Extend-to-Fit child safety seat. You can see the back doors don't really open super wide, so it is going to be a little bit difficult getting this in, especially in its rear seat, rear facing configuration. This is going to be a tight fit all the way around, I do believe, because, well, there just isn't that much space in the back seat of the GR Corolla. I am going to have to slide the manually adjustable front seat forward in order to properly position his rear facing car seat, and then that gives me no legroom up front here, like none. Let's see. Yep, I can't. I physically cannot ride up here. So if you have kids in rear facing car seats, the GR Corolla may not be for you, but when we spin the car seat around, well, that changes things just a little bit. Go ahead and feed this top tether back through the headrest here, and we will lean the seat forward to get that back. We do have lower latch points in these vertical slits right here in the back seat, so they are hidden, but they're easy to get to. We don't have a center seat tether, so you are going to have to use, if you install a child seat in the center seat, the seat belt or seat mounted center seat belt. But the vehicle is low enough that tightening this isn't a big issue, but getting the car seat in is. Now moving around to the back to talk cargo and put that top tether in. This is where we pause to say thank you to our channel sponsors, this video sponsor in Lasfit liners. We do have all-weather floor liners here for our GR Corolla. This portion of the video is sponsored by Lasfit all-weather liners. These liners fit so good because they are custom made for your vehicle, and you can see just how much of an improvement they are over our standard Corolla carpeted mats. One thing I really love about these Lasfit liners is just how well they fit. They are recessed so that you can spill a liquid in here and not worry about it actually seeping in to the carpet of your car. Lasfit makes a liner specifically tailored for your vehicle. You can learn more about Lasfit and their full selection of liners via the link down in the description below. You can use our coupon code, save you a little bit of dough in the process, and help our channel out while you shop. Huge thanks to Lasfit liners for their sponsorship of this video. All right, again, thank you to Lasfit liners, but let's put in that top tether. You can see we do have the optional rear brace back here that stiffens up the vehicle, but unfortunately, it is right where I need to install the top tether for my child seat. So it gets a little tricky back here. Let's see. There's the slit. It's a little difficult, guys. This is not perfect. Not a perfect vehicle for child seats. But then we're going to have to get this hard shelf out of the way and we can tighten up the top tether from there. We do have this hard parcel shelf. We do have a very high load floor, and that is because, well, the battery is back here underneath the floor. We do have some storage in the foam around the battery, but storage overall is very tight in this vehicle. In fact, as we said, starting this video off, we were loaded down, just the three of us in this GR Corolla. So this really is a good two-person car with an emergency back seat, if needed, that adults could ride in, unlike the GR86. And then after all that, we do have a manually closing rear hatch. Yes, Tucker is riding in his booster seat, partly because, I mean, he's of the age where he can, and two, this is a tight vehicle, but putting in his child safety seat would reduce his legroom even more.
As well as mine.
Yes. So it would be tight for all
as a
of
5
us.
foot nothing,
That's saying something.
I don't have a lot of legroom as it is.
Which is surprising to me because this size class of vehicle, we've been in it before. We had the Nissan Sentra. We have my Chevy Cruze. The packaging is just a bit odd to me in here. And then we've got some race features, which I think you want to touch on. I call it scaffolding in the back because I watched a lot of Top Gear. But it has a $720 optional rear bracing back there in the back. So if you even fold down the 60/40 back seat, you've got that metal bracing back there, kind of taking up cargo space no matter what you do.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
The scaffolding. But I was going to call it the racing bar.
Yeah, I mean, probably more accurate description than mine, but yes.
But why do you need that?
It adds to the structural stiffness of this vehicle. It helps it from twisting. It keeps it planted.
In a car accident?
No, on a racetrack.
Are people racetracking this car?
Yep. And if you buy one, you get a 1 year free complimentary entry into the NASA race circuit. So
Well, now that's something to talk about.
Where the GR compete. So GR Supra, 1 year NASA membership. GR Corolla, 1 year NASA membership. GR86, 1 year NASA membership.
Supra too?
Yeah.
Let's get a Supra.
Oh, we just got out of the Supra.
I like that better.
Okay. All right. Overall style in here. We kind of jumped over style. What are your thoughts on the style?
In here, it's a little ho-hum.
Yeah. I've got a full digital gauge cluster that changes depending
like
on my drive mode.
The GR.
Yeah.
GR here, you got GR there, GR here.
Yeah.
I do like that.
The sport bucket seats really hold you.
Yeah, that's another. But we also, in this Texas heat, have realized how much, what is this material?
It's a branded Ultra Suede. I'll put it on
the branded Ultra Suede holds the heat. And there are not ventilated seats in this guy.
No, just heated. So, yeah, womp womp.
Yeah, we'll see. But if you're in the shade, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But if it's hitting straight up sun, but a lot of all black interior is going to do that. You've got the gloss on the side of the door.
Why?
That, you know, I can see dust right here, and I just wiped it.
Yeah.
And now there's fingerprints.
Yep.
Gloss black right here, which I don't love. There's some, you know, like an interesting design element flap here. But it's just kind of the same materials here and here. This is a little bit different, but it's just all black. There's not a lot of gloss black there. It's just not a lot of dazzle.
Yeah, it's a little ho-hum. It is a gussied up Corolla. This is one of the best-selling cars in the world.
Wow.
that they've made into a race car.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
I appreciate that. But may come with some trade-offs and sacrifices, which I believe we are about to get to experience on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas. What do you think
the sacrifice, the ride?
What do you think the ride is going to be like when we get on the brick streets? Tucker, how's your wobbly head?
Pretty wobbly.
Holly, what are your thoughts?
It's pretty wobbly.
It's a race car. Like, it's a race car. Come on.
I'm worried about my cake jiggling out of the pan.
Yeah, but I mean, it's firm. We're getting some reverb, but you buy a GR Corolla because it's a race car. That can also fit everybody. Tucker didn't go with us in the GR Supra, and in the
I'm basically happy because I basically just accidentally put on the title lock.
oh, all right. Well, Tucker did not go with us in the GR Supra because there was no back seat. And in the GR86, he's the only one that can ride back there because, well, you had to chop either one of our heads off to sit in the back seat. So
We like your heads.
yes. And so the GR Corolla is the only GR product that all of us can comfortably fit in. Comfortably. I mean, I'm comfortable. Are you comfortable?
I mean, enough. I just don't. There's just not a lot of legroom.
Okay. It is a compact sedan.
It is a compact sedan.
Or
That's
hatch. Hot hatch. Let's talk about that. You have historically said you don't like hatchbacks. You drove a hatchback, though you claim it wasn't a hatchback, in a Mini Cooper.
It was a cute one.
Is this one not cute? The little angry Chihuahua?
Yeah, this one's cute.
Okay.
The little doodle bag. The angry doodle bag.
I've got a couple different views on that, but okay. Any other thoughts on this one? Storage. We haven't talked about storage.
I feel like the storage is adequate for the size of car it is.
We don't even have a center console.
That's true. We could have a
That's
center
odd,
console.
right?
That is odd.
It's just a,
I was more talking about the trunk.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
storage, a little bit lacking in some spaces, but we've got two cup holders here. Tucker's got a cup holder in his door back there. Visibility, I can see out of it pretty good. The pillar back there is a little chonky, but I mean, for the most part, I can see out. We get a backup camera, but not a lot there. Again, it's a gussied up Corolla.
The icons are nice and
Yep.
big on the screen, although it doesn't take up like the whole screen.
Yeah,
but
it's
still,
kind of a small screen.
it's kind of a small screen, but at least the icons are big. And then you've got Apple CarPlay.
I've got a head-up display too. Which is
And we
very
didn't say
nice.
we do have heated seats.
Yeah,
Just
we
not
did.
ventilated.
We did.
Oh, we did say heated seats?
Yep,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I've got a Qi wireless charger up here that I call the phone heater. Doesn't really do much other than that. But there's a power button so you can put it there and not overheat your phone.
I do like that.
So, power, I do a full review of this one where I 0 to 60 test it. Power's good. It's very easy to drive around town. 6-speed manual. The clutch is really good. Easy to gauge take-up point, all that good stuff. You can, and I thought before we had this one delivered to us when it showed up on the schedule, you can get an automatic now. And I thought we were going to get an automatic. But we got the 6-speed manual, which is my choice. And by all accounts, it's the faster one.
Well, I guess if you're wanting a race car, though, that's kind of what you want, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can...
Mhm. So you can do it all yourself. There's Rev-match, there's different drive modes, and then there's the 4-wheel drive system in this one. You can send 40% of the power, or let's see, 60% of the power to the front wheels, 40% to the back, or 50-50, or 30-70. So you can make this like a real rear-wheel drive based sports car almost, just with the flick of a switch, which is really cool.
Right.
For me.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much for anyone else riding with me.
Uh,
All right, fuel economy. I mentioned earlier, 3-cylinder engine, but the 3-cylinder engine in this is bigger than the 4-cylinder in my daily driver. So it's a little on the thirsty side, just under 30 mpg combined, 28. But the problem is, I want to drive this like a sports car or a race car. So we're getting 17.8 right now in 140 miles of driving. So there's that.
There's that.
But you can get up to 28 combined, or on the highway, in this, driving it properly. Brakes are good, steering's good.
But would you drive it properly? No. The answer is no. We don't do a lot of highway driving, so I would guess if we got this on the highway, you would use it as an opportunity to...
I mean, test out 0 to 60. It is fun to go through the gears. It's a really good 6-speed. And I get a display up here what gear I'm in, so there's that. All right, time to guess price. This is the top trim. It's got a lot of options on it, like the scaffolding.
62.
No.
Too high?
Yes.
57.
No.
Oh, it's still too high.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. 52.
No.
Too high still?
Yeah.
Ooh, I am surprised. Okay, color me surprised.
20.
I wish. We would have one at 20. No question about it. We would have one at 20.
Okay, 47.
Pretty close. 48,323 as this one is equipped. Loaded out. They start at 38, I believe, but I'll put that information on the screen.
Okay, great.
I got one?
No.
I tried. Maybe not my hardest, but
it's closer. 47 is
Yeah.
not so bad.
I mean, we all fit in here, all of our stuff. It's cheaper than the GR Supra we just got out of. We all fit in here. We all fit in here. Well, that about does it. Our cameras are overheating, which means it's about time we wrap this one up. If you want to see more from Holly, you can go check her out on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can go check out Tucker's YouTube channel at Tucker's Talk. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, everything at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for us, in the 2025 manually equipped GR Corolla, until next time, gearheads.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that about does it. Our cameras are overheating,
He
so...
screamed in my ear. Sorry, go ahead. I was like...
My camera's still on.
Can you turn it off? Do you know how?
No.
he can't reach it.
That's okay.
I hope my mic is okay. At one point, I realized my seatbelt was not all the way on me right, and I adjusted it, and then that made
Now hand me the iPad.